At any rate, we have just a few moments before the sales staff at BMW hotels it out of here. We want to serve notice on them that we're going to be here till Saturday night at 12 midnight. We're going to stay here all night tonight. We'll be here tomorrow all day during the day. We're staying here until BMW makes a decision through that corporate office to withdraw their advertising from MSNBC. We are demanding that MSNBC fires Al Sharpton. He's a mob rat, he's a snitch, he's a drug dealer, he's a race pimp, he's a race hustler, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. And so MSNBC has made the decision to use him as a reporter on their network. We're saying, we've asked them to fire him, they've not made a move in that regard, so we're going after their advertisers. If BMW advertises on NBC and MSNBC, and we have a march and protest happening tomorrow in Los Angeles. We'll have one happening in San Francisco. We have a march and protest like this happening in Tofati, Minnesota. We're going to be here for 30 hours to let BMW know we're going to cut your sales. We're going to drive people away from you like rats running from a sinking ship. Until BMW makes the decision to pull all their advertising from MSNBC. Send a message to NBC. And I would say to the management of BMW, I don't see y'all here, but I would say to the management of BMW, it isn't worth it. It isn't worth it to fight this cause. It isn't worth it to have your customers realize that your dollars go to support that Mob RAT Sharpton. It isn't worth it. Now, we tried to talk with you. We called your office. You refused to take our call. You refused to return our call. But we're here, and we're not going to leave. We're going to stay here all night as we have previously stated. But I would suggest to you that you would speak to your headquarters office and tell them that the ATLAHWorld Missionary Church, led by James David Manning, who is the host of the Manning Report, with listeners nationwide by the hundreds of thousands, have made a commitment to take down the advertisers of MSNBC. And at BMW, you're in a wonderful location where we can come and make it known to your customers. You will feel the pinch about being out here. And what we're going to do and say over the next 30 hours will long be remembered as one of the great boycotts, as one of the great protests of all times in America. And the taking down of Al Sharpton, to take him down, to have MSNBC. And if they continue to dig in their heels and refuse to fire him, then we'll take MSNBC down as well. But they will not survive our relentless protest. We will be back next week. We're here till Saturday night, 12 midnight, and we'll be back next week and the week thereafter. Thank God for America. Thank God for freedom of speech. Thank God for the Constitution. Thank God for the First Amendment to the Constitution. Thank God, this is wonderful. If you don't like something, you can lift up your voice in America and express your distaste. All you people that happen to be neighbors in this community, you're going to hear our sounds tonight until 10 o'clock, at which time our sound permit will expire for today. But we don't plan to go anywhere. You can thank BMW if we're going to get rambunctious out here tonight, going to disturb your sleep, disturb your dinner, disturb the things that you want to do on a Friday night. If you find us disturbing, then call BMW and tell them to relent. Call BMW and tell them to withdraw their advertising from MSNBC. We're going to be here, and we're not going to shut up. We got singing we're going to be doing. We got preaching I'm going to be doing. I'm just getting started here with the announcement. We got crying to God Almighty, whose name is Jesus. We got all that going on in our roster over the next 30 hours. I want you to know that this boycott that we are producing against you, BMW, your willful, your decision to not discuss this with me when I called you. So we are here now. Your only call you can make now is to your headquarters, wherever it is, and tell them that you're under siege by the Outlaw World Missionary Church. And if you happen to dig in your heels and refuse to move, I consider it absolutely foolish. BMW, manager, operators, whoever you are, you can spend your advertising dollars anywhere. You don't have to spend them with Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton is a snitch. He's a pimp of black people. He reminds me of Hitler, BMW. Al Sharpton pimps his own people, leads them down the path of destruction. They're being destroyed and shot down in the streets, BMW, and you are paying his salary, and we're not going to stand for it. We're going to educate New York City. We're going to educate the people of what you are doing. BMW, you are supporting a race pimp. You are supporting one who pimps and sells drugs to his own people. You don't care because it doesn't come to your neighborhood. Well, we have brought it to your damn door here tonight, and we're not going to leave. We're not going to leave. We're not going to leave the way you support this man that caused suffering for so many, given an opportunity by people who don't care about the young boys being shot down in the streets. Because Al Sharpton is their leader. Al Sharpton is the voice of those who are uninformed. But we are here today, and we're going to be here tomorrow, and if have to be, we'll be here next week until you get the message that you need to stop your advertising on MSNBC until that FBI snitch, Al Sharpton, is fired. And he's gonna go. Oh yes, he is. He's gonna go. There is no place for that rat Al Sharpton to run. I'm sure you don't want any rats in here, but he's gonna go. We are tired of Al Sharpton's racing. We're tired. We're sick and tired. We're sick and tired of people profiting from Al Sharpton. We're sick and tired of corporations sending him money and support him. We've had it. We brought this to your door. We want you to know what it feels like. We're going to turn this sidewalk into the hood over the next couple of days. You can tell your customers when they walk in tomorrow, ain't no sales happening, ain't nothing happening tomorrow, because the Outlaw World Missionary Church is out in front of our door, revealing to the world just who we are as a people. Al Sharpton reminds me of Hitler. That ring a bell with anybody? Al Sharpton, racist, race beta, destroyer of humanity, and yet give it a high place on MSNBC. We won't have it. We're not going to have it. We're not going to let it be. We're not going to relent. We've got nothing else to do until Al Sharpton is gone. If we have to be here during the winter months. By the way, I need to let you know, you need to go online to www.outlaw.org or punch into Google the Manning Report. You need to punch that in, and you'll see that we've got people all over America, in all 50 states, and in several major countries around the world that are giving their support and prayers to this event tonight. It isn't just those of us that are here. We are leading it. They're supporting us. They can't come from Colorado. They can't come from Houston, but they can give their support. We're going to organize that every city where there's a BMW dealer. By the way, we have been reading your stats. Recognize that you also 2,117,000 deliveries last year. Well, it's our intent over the next 12 months to cut that by 3%. We believe with our support nationwide, BMW, we believe with our nationwide support that we can reduce your sales by $60,000, 60,000 deliveries over the next 12 months. We're not going to relent. I said we're tired of the likes of our shop. We're tired of the likes of corporations fueling this race pimp. We're tired of it. We had enough, and we're not going to take it anymore. And so if it's worth it to you to lose 3% of your sales for our nationwide campaign, then so be it. But you're going to lose. You definitely can't win. And I believe that once people get the word, and I got a big mouth, once people get the word, BMW, that y'all have dug in your heels, you're going to support our Sharpton in spite of and in light of the truth. I think America's going to wake up and drive y'all back to Germany. You don't need to be here. You don't need to be here supporting such. Up until this moment, you can claim ignorance that you didn't know. It would be a flat out lie. We all know it, but it's a lie that might have some skin on it. But up until this moment, now you know. Now you know. I want you to understand something. That we've been suffering too long under the likes of our shop. Been too much pain, too much bloodshed, too much misery, too much pimping. We're tired of it. We're tired of it. I'll bring all of Harlem down here to stand in front of this door. I'll bring all the suffering children, everybody else who feels the pain of your rich and dollars selling your fancy automobiles and supporting this Mob RAT shop. I'm gonna let you go. I know you're running home to the suburbs. I know you're running home to Teddy Bear Lane. I know you're running home to Cinderella Street. But we'll be here tomorrow. Like we're gonna be here all night. We're gonna be here all night long. And we're not leaving until you make the decision that our Sharpton does not deserve your dollars. Now I talk to you, and I'll say this, you can take this home and tell your families about it around the dinner table tonight. I'm going to talk to your customers. Your customers need to know that every time they purchase a BMW, they are existentially, if you don't mind my using fancy words since I come from the hood, but they're existentially giving money to our shop. And every time somebody walks in your door tomorrow, I'm going to warn them that their dollars will go to support that Mob RAT shop. And I'm going to do it all day long tomorrow. All right, let's crank up the firehouse Sharpton one more time. They're hiding in there. They're hiding behind their stained glass windows. They're hiding behind their BMWs. They're hiding in the toilet. But you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can't hide from the power of God. You can't hide from the Holy Ghost. You can't hide. You can run, BMW, but you can't hide. Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton, fire, Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton, fire, Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton. 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 No way he's